to the American people. And we're talking about the SAVE Act, which requires individuals to confirm they are a citizen by providing documentation at the time of registering to vote. According to Democrats, this essentially would prevent women who get married from voting. And here is the video they're using to sell that lie.
Republicans are trying to make it harder for you to vote. Let me tell you how. The Save America Act would require your passport or your birth certificate to match your current name in order to be able to vote. If y'all got married and changed your name, your birth certificate would not match your current name. Nearly 69 million women in America have a birth certificate that does not match their current name, and therefore 69 million American women would no longer be eligible to vote.
So I told you it was a lie. Allow me to show you why it's a lie using 3 scenarios. Scenario number 1, which is essentially what's happening today. A woman gets married, she doesn't change her legal name. That means she doesn't have to do anything extra to register to vote. She just provides the information she already has, whether that is her birth certificate or passport. That works. Scenario number 2, a woman gets married, changes her name, updates her driver's license. Now there's a mismatch with her birth certificate, correct? So what would she need to do to bridge those documents? I don't know. It's something called a marriage certificate, which she should have. Isn't difficult to get, by the way. And it's something you would need if you were going to apply for a passport, get a real ID, or update your social security records. Scenario number 3, which is probably the worst position to be in, and this actually has nothing to do with voting, it's just kind of the implied responsibilities as an adult. A woman has no passport, no birth certificate, but she gets married anyway. She would definitely need to go get a copy of her birth certificate. She definitely need to go get a copy of or at least apply for a passport. I mean, she'd have to do the normal things anybody would do, even if she wasn't getting married. And that's why Democrats are distracting people with this lie, because they're really trying to protect illegal aliens from voting in our election.
These guys say that the Save America Act is needed to prevent undocumented immigrants from voting, but y'all already know that that is not a thing. What this really is, it's a voter suppression bill to keep lawfully voting American citizens from being able to exercise their foundational right to vote.
Well, that thing that she says doesn't happen, it actually happens every week by now. We continue to get stories about it. The Washington Times reported just recently, illegal immigrant convicted of voting, stealing disability, and food stamp benefits. But more importantly, the House passed the SAVE Act yesterday at a vote of 218 to 213. We know 83% of Americans support it, but will the Senate actually push this through? And it all falls on Leader John Thune. And here is Speaker Johnson's message to the Senate regarding this.
Will Senate Democrats continue to cater to their extreme left-wing base, or are they going to finally join the overwhelming majority of Americans on this common sense reform? But I'll tell you this, once again, Republicans have demonstrated that we are the party of common sense. We are the party that's delivering exactly what the American people sent us here to do, and we will continue that.
All right, now the bigger picture here is it's definitely common sense. The American people overwhelmingly support this. The House of Representatives have passed this previously before. We're at deja vu at this point, where one chamber passes it, the other one doesn't. So we'll see if they're able to get it through in the end, that is in the Senate. But here's the other thing. Which one is more ridiculous to you? The fact that Speaker Johnson has to get in front of a camera and explain how this makes sense, or the fact that leftists are continuing to try to explain to the American people how this disenfranchises people of color?
What voting rights is he taking away from black voters?
Oh, if we look at
the SAVE Act?
The SAVE Act, that's exactly what we're talking about. That is actually going to continue to disenfranchise overwhelmingly a lot of people of color. There are so many civil rights organizations that have run the data. If we look at the way that it is going to disenfranchise black voters, it's the same reason why Chuck Schumer called it Jim Crow 2.0. So this is the same president. If we want to continue...
You haven't said how yet.
I am talking about it. It's the way that you're putting new poll taxes on this when you're making people have...
I mean, at this point, they're literally grasping for straws. It's because it's Donald Trump, it's the Republicans, and they have to be contrarians on this particular issue. The best way to be contrarians in politics today is to chalk it up to racism, bigotry, and oppression. That's exactly the playbook they're using. They've used it on the black community for decades on end, and now they're trying to use it on the American people. But again, all we have to do if we want to exercise critical thinking skills is start asking questions like how, and give me an examples. And when you do that, this is usually what happens.
Does it concern you that you're making all these claims. You've yet to lay out how it's hurting anyone, but 76% of black voters think we should show an ID to vote. 80% of Hispanic voters, 83% of the American people. Are you saying that black voters
the
are
SAVE
too
Act
dumb to know what's good for them? I mean,
the SAVE Act isn't just about.
It sounds pretty condescending to me.
That's not what I said.
Three-quarters of black voters
who
want voter ID.
But to be clear, the SAVE Act is not just about IDs. The SAVE Act is about proof of citizenship.
So what?
So it doesn't. I actually.
It also makes it very hard for married women who
I was just going to say.
And there it is. Their argument goes off the rails. They need saving. She had to run interference. Because when you deliver the truth to them, it makes them stop. And that's when they glitch out. Because all we're really talking about is common sense things. There used to be a saying in the military, trust, but verify. I trust that you're an American citizen when you tell me, but I need to verify you are an American citizen, so show me. I think that's not too much to ask for, especially because voting is not just a right, in my opinion. It's actually a privilege, if we really think about it, which is why illegal aliens and anybody else who can't prove that they're a citizen of this country has no business voting in our election.
United States citizens should be the people choosing our elected leaders, not illegal immigrants. Now look, I'm not a drinker, everybody knows that, but I know if I go to Weigel's in Knoxville, Tennessee, down on the corner of Emory Road and Tazewell Pike, and if I go in there to buy a six-pack or a can of Skull or a scratch-off, dadgummit, I gotta produce an ID. When you purchase a firearm, when you board a plane, when you open a bank account, if I put $100 in the bank and then right then and ask for 20 of it back, guess what? I gotta show a dadgum ID. Why can't you vote for an elected official without one, Mr. Speaker?
Well, it's because it's racism, bigotry, oppression. And when those terms don't work anymore, you know what they do? They start talking about single mothers who are working and can't afford to actually go get a birth certificate. They start pulling on your heartstrings and trying to find sob stories to argue their point. Here's an example of that.
This puts up to 70 million women at risk of disenfranchisement. 70 million. That's 1 in 4 voters in this country. And the burden will fall hardest on working mothers, caregivers, those juggling jobs and families who have barely a moment to spare. It's outrageous that in the year 2025, more than a century after the 19th Amendment was ratified, we still have to defend a woman's right to vote.
So every year around this time, many seniors, 65 years or older, are surprised to learn that their Medicare plan no longer covers the doctor, even her own body. I remember there for a minute, people were fired, kicked out of the military, okay? Disenfranchised for not taking the vaccine or getting their children to take a vaccine. You see, when it comes to the right to choose, it only matters when it suits their narratives.
Republicans failed to show up for their mothers, their daughters, their wives, and every woman in their life. But we are going to keep showing up, and we're just getting started. We're not going to stop until we build a government where working mothers and families can also thrive.
Well, I suppose that's what you guys attempted to do under the Biden administration. We see how that actually turned out, whether it was record inflation, open borders, dangerous streets, poor education, lack of resources, budget deficits. I mean, you name it, the Democrats have their name behind it. There's no question about it. They claim they're all about affordability, but what they're really about is protecting illegal aliens at this point in time, because that's all they talk about. Now, while they're doing that, here's what Republicans are talking about.
My colleagues are spending a lot of time lecturing the American people on how this is going to require you to show your papers. But last time I checked, during COVID, they demanded that if you simply wanted to go to a funeral, be with your loved ones while they were dying, or get married, you had to show your papers. In fact, in New York City, they were literally asking you for your COVID passport. Yet the Save America Act, a common sense piece of legislation that requires 2 things, voter ID plus proof of citizenship, is being labeled by people in the Senate and people in this very chamber as Jim Crow era laws. Well, let me remind the American people of history. It was the Democrat Party that championed the Jim Crow era laws. And this is the farthest thing from it. In fact, if you're doing that, you're insulting over 70% of your voters, Democrats, who believe that voter ID is the best way to secure an election. Then we have the argument that you have from Blue Anon saying that Trump is trying to steal the election and Orange Man bad, and this is somehow going to fix the midterms. But the fact is that if we are going to play that game, then you would want voter ID and you would want to secure the elections.
So for a party who claims they want women and families and Americans to thrive, why do they spend so much time fear-mongering them? Do you notice the pattern? They switch from one issue to the next, screaming Armageddon, and here's just the latest one yet. Now, the good news here is not all Democrats are crazy, and now the good news is not all Democrats are batshit crazy. A small percentage of them still has some shred of common sense, especially regarding voter ID. And here's one of them, Senator John Fetterman, when he said this on Sunday.
And now me as a Democrat, I do not believe that it's unreasonable or to show ID just to vote. And I remind everybody that less than a year ago in Wisconsin, they added that to the Constitution by a 63%, passing, to put that in the Constitution that you have to show ID to vote.
You see, Democrats, it's not that hard to exercise a little bit of common sense, especially on this particular issue where 71% of your voters support voter ID. But according to CNN Abby Phillips, people who can get a real ID, I guess they can't get the proper documentation to register to vote in our elections, even though the documentation is the same.
Most Americans don't have a passport. Many Americans don't have access to their birth certificate. Many women, a majority of women who change their names for marriage have to provide additional proof that they've changed their legal names in order to register to vote.
I have heard Democrats
why
make
don't
these
you
same
actually
arguments.
respond to the substance of what I'm saying?
I am, and
as
the substance
opposed
is
to
this.
making this about something that it's not.
You're saying,
it's not just
you're
about
saying
voter ID,
married
it's
women,
also about
black
who has
voters,
access
and rural people are too stupid to figure out how to register to vote.
That is not what she said.
Let me offer. Are you saying they can't figure out how to vote?
It is a fact that a majority of Americans do not have passports.
So as you can see there's no talking to these people, right? They just talk over you. They really don't want to have a thorough discussion. But I will say this, Abby. Let's say you're right. Most Americans do not have a passport. So should we prevent them from traveling? Oh, that's right. We do that already. If you don't have a passport, you can't just fly to another country. But it's their right to travel, right? You see, it just doesn't make sense, okay? At the end of the day, whether you're going to get a real ID or you're going to get proper insurance in your life or you're going to travel overseas or you're going to buy a piece of property, it doesn't matter. Every step of the way, you got to verify you are who you say you are. That's not disenfranchising people. That's verifying people are who they say they are. Why don't you guys give me your thoughts about all of this in the comment section below? The House of Representatives
or interfering with a federal law enforcement officer is a crime in violation of USC 111. It's not okay. It will not be tolerated. Zero tolerance if you cross that line and put hands on an ICE officer. Not only is such activity unlawful, it is dangerous, and sadly we have seen tragic consequences, as well as adverse impacts on businesses and the communities here in the city. While the Trump administration supports everyone's First Amendment right to freedom of speech and assembly and to petition, it has to be done lawfully and peacefully. Because we will not tolerate unlawful actions committed by agitators who are just causing havoc. This is not the way to express your disagreement or try to reform federal laws. Go talk to your members of Congress if you want the laws changed in this country. Nor is doxing federal law enforcement personnel and their families. It's just not right. Enough is enough with this misguided, reckless, and shameful behavior. We don't want to see any more bloodshed. I don't want to see any more bloodshed. I pray every night for the safety of our law enforcement personnel and the safety of those in the community, whether you're here legally or illegally. I don't want to see anybody harmed. If you break the law, we're going to arrest you. We have already arrested more than 200 people for violations of USC 111. The U.S. Attorney's Office has already accepted many for prosecutions, and some are still pending. I have also received commitments from state and local law enforcement that they will respond if federal law enforcement is being impeded or assaulted. They will shut down unlawful agitator activity, including arresting agitators involved and seeing them follow through. And we're seeing them follow through on those commitments. We've seen this past weekend that the state and local law enforcement have taken action when it comes to public safety. And bless them for doing that. Since I have been here, I've repeatedly emphasized that the unlawful and violent agitator activity is unacceptable, and must wind down as a condition for further drawdown of law enforcement personnel. I cannot remove law enforcement personnel while violence poses serious risk to our officers. I will not leave my officers in that position. It is worth knowing that in all my meetings and discussions since I got here, I've not heard one federal, state, local law enforcement, or judicial official, nor any member of the business or faith communities that I met with, say that ICE is an illegitimate agency that doesn't have a real mission. Quite the opposite. All I've heard is the acknowledgement that federal immigration laws passed by Congress do exist, and ICE has a legitimate responsibility to enforce those laws. ICE is a legitimate federal law enforcement agency. We're not out scouring the streets to disappear people or deny people their civil rights or due process. In addition to taking public safety threats off the street, ICE, here in this state, have located 3,364 missing unaccompanied alien children. Children that the last administration lost and weren't even looking for. That's because the leadership of President Trump, these children were located. As part of the de-escalation efforts, I have called on state and local officials these past few weeks to tone down the rhetoric and denounce unlawful activities being conducted by the agitators. We don't have to agree on everything, and we definitely do not. But we all agree that the lawlessness and chaos and disruption that is occurring on the street needs to end. I want to thank Governor Walz for his messages focusing on peace and his support for the Minnesota State Troopers to respond to unlawful situations that put federal officers and the public at risk. I also want to thank Mayor Frey for taking a public stance against agitators setting up barricades that block streets and endanger public safety, and for directing the police to take those roadblocks down. Additionally, I want to thank Police Chief O'Hara, Sheriff Witt, and various other local law enforcement for their responsiveness and efforts to maintain law and order in the streets. We've seen a big change here in the last couple of weeks, and it's all good changes. I'm also pleased to report that we're seeing a notable decrease on unlawful agitator activity here in Minneapolis and overall throughout the state. This is great news for Minnesota communities that have been adversely impacted by the lawlessness and chaos on the street. We have what we call here QRFs, Quick Response Force, security teams that get called out when ICE officers are out doing operations. They get into trouble if the agitators get out of control. If there's a danger and public safety is at risk, these QRFs respond to help these officers get off the X and get out of that situation. I asked today when I got here, I want to know what the QRFs call outs are, what their deployments are. I want to know every time a QRF is called out. The QRF deployments have dropped dramatically because we have less of that occurring, less of the agitator that cross that line. That is a good thing. That is a win for everybody, not just for the safety of law enforcement officers. It's a win for this community. With that, and success that has been made arresting public safety threats and other priorities since this search operation began, as well as the unprecedented levels of coordination we have obtained from state officials and local law enforcement, I have proposed, and President Trump has concurred, that this surge operation conclude. A significant drawdown has already been underway this week and will continue through the next week. We have a lot of work to do across this country to remove public safety risk who shouldn't even be in this country, and to deliver on President Trump's promise for strong border security and mass deportation. Law enforcement officers drawing down from this surge operation will either return to their duty stations or be assigned elsewhere to achieve just that. We will continue to enforce Title 8 immigration law throughout this nation. Prioritizing national security threats and public safety risks makes sense. But I'll continue to say over and over again, if you are here in the country legally, you're not exempt from our immigration laws. If we encounter you, we'll take appropriate enforcement action. For those that say we are backing down from immigration enforcement or the promise of mass deportations, you are simply wrong. Look at the data. record number of arrests and deportations under President Trump's first year. And we'll continue that effort. Prioritizing public safety threats and national security threats doesn't mean we're prioritizing public safety threats and national security threats doesn't mean we'll forget about everybody else. We will take action on everybody else. That's just a stone cold fact. A small footprint of personnel will remain for a period of time to close out and transition full command and control back to the field office, as well as to ensure agitator activity continues to decline, and that state and local law enforcement continue to respond to ensure officer and community safety. Additionally, federal government personnel assigned to conduct criminal investigation into the agitators, as well as the personnel assigned here for the fraud investigations, will remain in place until the work is done. I will also remain on the ground for a little longer to oversee the drawdown of this operation and ensure its success. In closing, I want to thank the leadership and senior management that I've worked with for your efforts into these issues, determine deficiencies and challenges, present solutions, and implement improvements that will benefit how operations are run and executed nationwide. God bless the men and women of ICE, men and women of the Border Patrol.
All right, we are coming in hot. He's trying to find our suspect. Oh, he's pointed her out.
You got your ID on you?
It's right there. I'm sorry, is there a problem?
Yeah. Where'd your friend go?
My cousin?
Yeah.
I'm assuming to the car. I'm sorry, is there a problem?
Yeah. Where'd she go?
Hey. What's the issue?
Well, she just left without you. Where'd she go?
She went back to, I'm actually supposed to be leaving now because I have to go pick up my nephew, but what's going on?
Okay. Where'd she go to?
I just said to the car, sir, what is going on again?
She got in a car in the middle of the road.
I'm sorry, in the middle of the road?
Yeah, when she saw me, she ran out of here.
Okay. So they left me?
All right, guys, what do we got? This nice young lady is shocked that her friends have left her by herself in this bank. The cops have been called. The bank is...
Yeah?
She got in a car in the middle of the road.
I'm sorry, in the middle of the road?
Yeah, when she saw me, she ran out of here.
Okay. So they left me?
Yeah.
I don't even have my phone on me.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
What's your name? Serenity?
Serenity, yes.
Okay.
Serenity.
There's a caseworker that's following her.
There you go.
Yeah, you can slide that.
What's that?
So here's the shot. You can slide that. So Jim Milford, I told him to call me. He's our corporate security.
Okay.
So the other day we've had a we get these similar situations all the time where it's kind of like what happens is they get these fraudulent checks. They put enough money and they kind of try to cash the check against it. And then they appear fraudulent. So we had one the other day that came in. Yes.
Was it the same group?
A different girl. I imagine it's like probably the same group. But
At your branch?
was that?
At your branch?
Yeah, there was another girl here yesterday, and she went to Gulfgate. She left here, she went to Gulfgate, and they called the police. So now she's here. We have information from another branch that said that she was there. And what's been happening is they have a bunch of different checks. So I don't know about this one specifically, but it's usually like the same thing. So,
Wait a minute, the branch manager just said that she doesn't know about this check specifically. Now, we all want to be tough on crime, but as an attorney, this is making me tingle a little bit. If you don't know about this check specifically, then how is this officer supposed to have probable cause to arrest this girl? It seems like this branch manager is talking about what happens generally, what commonly happens, but we need to know what's happening right now at this bank.
That said that she was there. And what's been happening is they have a bunch of different checks. So I don't know about this one specifically, but it's usually like the same thing. So, I got my corporate security manager when you were here, so let me. Because he's got the information for another branch. They just said be on the lookout, because what they do is they hit all the branches.
Yeah.
And then they have different checks. So, and then we were trying to stall her, and that's when he came in, that kid, and he's like, what's taking so long? And I was just trying to stall her.
Okay. Was that a male or female? I couldn't tell.
Oh, I don't know. I thought it was a boy.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I thought it was a boy too.
Yeah.
Hold up, let's go back and take a look.
How you doing?
Damn.
How you doing? Good.
I don't know, guys, especially with the voice. The voice absolutely sounds masculine. Let's listen to that one more time.
How you doing? How you doing?
I don't know, guys. This one's a close call, but it's 2026 and anything goes.
Was that a male or female? I couldn't tell.
Oh, I don't know. I thought it was a boy.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
With the
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm sorry.
All right, whoever that was looks like is a part of the scheme.
So explain to me one more time. You were saying they were putting money into the account.
So what they do is they have an account with us, right? So they deposit cash in, and then they get these checks payables up, and they must yield the checks or whatever, because they have different ones, and they go around. So they put money in, say, let's say she deposited $900 today or whatever, right? So what they do is they come around and they cash these checks, because it looks like they have enough to cover the check. So they cash the check, they pull out the money, and then they're gone. And they hit all the branches in the area, all of our branches. And they have different checks. Now this isn't a Regions check, so I don't know, but hang on, I'm trying to call him. So he called the other branch, so hang on. Wait 1 second.
97.
Go ahead.
What's your ETA?
I'm westbound on Weber right now. You need me to expedite?
54.
Hello? Hey Jim, it's Wendy. Okay, so did you talk to Lisa? Because the only information we have is what she sent us. So the cop is here. The cop is here now.
I'll be honest, guys. Wendy, bless her heart, she's trying to do a good job, and she senses that this is not on the up and up. Having said that, it also seems like she doesn't have any proof that this is fraud. She's still trying to figure this thing out. Now the cops are here, they're ready to make an arrest, but Wendy doesn't have the hardcore evidence that fraud has actually been committed. She's still in the investigation phase. Is this gonna allow our young lady to escape? Let's see where this goes.
Oh, okay. Okay, well then I'll get off. Well, because the officer's here, and I'm just kind of explaining, I'm trying to tell him. Okay, thanks. Alright, he's trying to reach out to the lady who reported it from the other branch
For
fraud.
to see if it was.
Confirmed fraud. So this is what she sent. So this is what we got. I mean, we had the same thing the other day, but different.
All right, so they are going to see if it's confirmed fraud or not. They don't know right now.
Alright, he's trying to reach out to the lady who reported it from the other branch
For
fraud.
to see if it was.
Confirmed fraud. So this is what she sent. So this is what we got. I mean, we had the same thing the other day, but different. Okay, just an FYI, so he's trying to cash a check for 743, started in several branches.
12:59. When did that?
That's what Lisa, she's a branch manager from Cortez Road.
And that happened at 1 o'clock for 7:43. And did she get denied on that?
Oh, she has a different check, okay, yeah.
But
So
it's
they have
same
different
name.
Yeah, so what they do is this, they get a bunch of different checks and they go around trying to cash them against their available balance, and then what they do is then they get the money and they pull the money that they put in. It's just like it's a common thing, they try it all the time with us.
So this is not the sharing. Is she?
No, it's not with us.
Okay.
And then she said she took a picture of her driver's license and the check, so.
And then
See, it's a different check, see? Hang on, let me pull up her.
And then what location is that?
Cortez Road.
Okay.
Turn this around for you. See how it's a different check? See, it's a different check for 743. She's got a different check. They probably have a ton of them in that car, whoever that person was with.
Yeah.
We had one the other day who the police went to Gulfgate, a different girl with the same situation. She had different checks.
Okay. I'm just gonna wait for the other officer and then I'll question her in just a minute. Yeah, we're trying to figure out what's going on here. What's that? Yeah.
All right, here is our suspect. She's nice and calm, and that makes sense. Her name is Serenity. She has shown up to the bank in apparently a one-piece cat suit. I don't know, guys. I'll just say this as an aside. I feel like if you name your child Serenity, you're already kind of sending them down a certain path. Let's go.
Let's see if she can email it to me. I don't know if I can print it out any bigger.
It's fine. What I plan on doing is just kind of questioning her.
It's a common thing they do.
Yeah, no, but
always tells people.
I'll catch her in a lie here, but just
But the person that came in, that was with her, that came in, he said,
just as I was.
where the girl over that was.
Yeah.
He said, how much longer is this going to take? And of course, I was trying to stall her, right?
Yeah.
Because I was at lunch and they said they were calling him. So I said, that person got on the phone with somebody and said, I'll be in there in about 20 minutes. So I don't know if they were, I don't know what they're.
Yeah, so I just saw her walk out and get into a car that was out there on 41. What's going to happen is I'm going to assume she's going to go to jail for this today. But then I can't do anything about this case, which I would encourage that branch.
Oh, she's going to call me right now, so.
So I'll give you our case number, and then when they make a report with the Manatee Sheriff's Office, they can just relate the two cases when I give you a case number.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh, okay, perfect. Thank you.
So I'm late to the party. Oh, sorry. Okay. Yeah.
We got more officers coming in.
What's going on here, ma'am? I'm kind of new.
So it's a pretty common thing that happens at the banks. So they have an account with us. So
They do,
it's like a
meaning
ring.
them or
She does.
Okay.
Yeah. So they have like a ring of people, and what they do is they deposit like cash in the account, like $900.
Okay.
They got multiple checks. I don't know if you can see this when I can show you a picture. I couldn't print any better, but she went to Cortez Road at like earlier today at like 12.
1 o'clock today.
Okay. And she had a completely different check for $743. So what they try to do is they say, what's my available balance? Oh, I have $900 in there. So they know that if they have $900. Sometimes banks don't know what they'll do is they'll cash the check against the $900, saying that they have enough to cover it.
We're kind of wondering though how they're. Do you have any idea how they're getting these checks?
I mean, does this Sharon report this check stolen, or is it a?
Well, Lisa is calling me because there's a different check that she had, so it's a completely different person. Yeah, so she's going to give me the details on that one.
And is that one a branch member?
I haven't called and verified this one yet, but hang on, let me show you.
So Serenity has an account.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. She's claiming.
See this check? So Lisa, the branch manager, because they always look like this, it's almost like the same handwriting. We had somebody, same thing, yesterday that came in.
Okay.
They hit all of her locations. So they hit 3 or 4 locations with 3 or 4 different checks. They're trying to get us to cash it, and then they pull their $900 out, and then they skip town, and then they're gone. So, and the handwriting's always the same, and the amounts are just always just weird, unusual amounts. So I don't know where they got them from. I assume they're probably stolen. I don't know. But you can see this one's clearly somebody else. What am I not going to do?
No, I'm on the same page as you as far as.
She has an account
Shout out to these officers. They are doing a great job. They can feel that something's not right about this. It would have been so easy for these officers just to come in, slap the handcuffs on this catsuit woman and haul her off to jail. They're not doing that though. They're really trying to find the probable cause, and this branch manager isn't really giving it to them. This Wendy lady suspects that there's fraud. She can feel it, she can sense it, but she hasn't given these officers enough evidence to reach the probable cause level. She keeps saying, oh, well, this is what they'll do and this is what they did, but these officers want to say, no, what did the catsuit lady do? What did she do? Wendy can't explain it to them. So is this going to allow our catsuit lady to get away?
What am I not getting at?
No, I'm on the same page as you as far as...
She has an account. She's claiming that a woman named Sharon wrote her a check.
Yes.
Right? And she's wanting to cash the check?
Right.
Yes.
And you're suspicious that this may be a stolen check.
Right.
Based off the recent
There's like a ring of people that come around and do it, and the police have shot multiple times.
Shy of knowing that this is a stolen check.
Well, that's why she's calling me.
Exactly.
She's found verified that one was fraudulent, so I'm going to assume that this one's going to be fraudulent too. And
So
calling me
she's waiting to verify that that's fraudulent.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, so right now these cops have reasonable suspicion, which allows them to detain the young lady, but they cannot arrest her because they still don't have probable cause. There's been no confirmation that the check is fraud. These officers are going to have to wait there until the scheme has been confirmed.
How long do you think she's going to be until she gets back on that?
Have we tried reaching out to the Sharon?
Oh no, but I can do that right now while we're waiting. I can call that bank while we're waiting. We had the same thing the other day at Gulfgate, and they went.
We're on the same page.
Yeah.
I just want to confirm that we have a victim first.
Right. We have to.
But
Okay, let me verify this one, and I'm waiting for the branch manager.
and if we can confirm at least that other one is fraudulent, then I can go ahead and go
You're
forward.
right. It looks weird that she's going to various branches and depositing checks.
So
Or cash.
So as I walked up, friend or associate is exiting the bank, runs out to 41, jumps in a car, mid 41,
And sat up either in point of
So- I haven't ran it yet. I wanted to go. Can you just hang? I'm going to grab my Miranda
You're going to do
card.
that? Okay, you do that.
And then I want to confirm that other check first before I start questioning. Obviously, we can't do anything about the MSO case,
Yeah.
but I just want to have some ammo when we get
Yeah,
questions.
absolutely.
These officers are doing a great job. They're being real
So you have
patient.
to have an account for you guys to cash a check.
They don't have to, but if it's a Regions check, we'll cap it with a fee, but. this
That's
is
not a region. That's a.
Yeah,
What bank is that?
so they don't have to have an account.
Okay.
We would run it to a third party, but they would verify it.
Okay.
Oh, wait, she just called me, she's on my phone.
So the money just got withdrawn.
Lisa? Oh, hey, okay. Did you verify the other one was fraud on that check?
Oh, guys, this is not looking good for Serenity. The scheme is that these people will deposit, say, $1,000 into the account. Then they will go around from branch to branch and try to cash fake checks against the balance. The first check will be, say, for $600. The bank teller will look and see that you have $1,000 in your account. So the teller will give you the $600, will cash your check. Then you'll go to another branch and do the same thing, this time with $700. The bank teller there cashes that check. Now you've received $600 and $700. So you've received $1,300. Then you go to another branch and withdraw the original $1,000. It's very important that they withdraw the original $1,000 because that $1,000 they're going to put in another bank to do this scheme all over again. Well, what did these officers just find out? That the original $1,000, let's say the original bait money, was withdrawn while these officers are investigating this crime. These people went to another branch while Serenity is still out there and withdrew the original money. It looks like the walls are closing in on our girl Serenity.
The money just got withdrawn.
Lisa? Oh, hey, okay. Did you verify the other one was fraud on that check?
Uh-oh.
So you have to have money in an account for them to cash another bank's check. Well, that money.
Was it a different check or the same one?
Whoever ran out, we're suspecting, probably went and got that $900 out of the account. So because she said they knew we confiscated. Go ahead.
54% checks are ready. Date of birth has a valid Class D operator. Expires 7430.
So the person who this check is, they went to the bank and took that money out. Like, just
She has an account here. That's how they allowed her.
No, I got you, but she's here, so we called the police. The police are here. They want to know how do we know it's confirmed fraud. Here, I got another completely different check than what you have. I got 605. And she was with somebody. They jumped in a car and they just removed the money from some other location.
Gulfgate Cortez here.
Right.
I just want to sit down. I kind of want to confirm that did this, and then I can question it.
Yeah, I wrote a check.
I know. No, and that's what I wanted to. Yeah.
Well, that's good because I have a different one, but they just want us to, we have to verify that it's fraud. The police are here. I have to verify that it's fraud, so I'm trying to reach out on my end of this
At the very
thing.
least, we have all the information.
It's a small check, that's one.
Are you able to try to
If we can confirm
reach
this, that
out on
happened at
that
1
check?
o'clock today.
I'll try to reach out on this
I
one
was just
because
going to give them a case
I don't know
number.
what cost
Make sure that they reach out to MSO.
And again, shout out to these officers. They keep saying, we just need to confirm this. We just need to confirm the fraud. The only reason this scheme works, systems oftentimes do not update instantaneously. So there's a lag there. And these schemers use this lag time to take advantage of these bank branches. They'll go in and deposit an amount and then will cash checks for more than that amount. And then we'll go to another branch and withdraw that original amount. And the banks are like, what happened? And they will do this again and again in different banks, in different cities, and in different states. They will put in so much effort into committing fraud. Now, they won't put in the same effort into finding a job, but they will definitely do it if there's a scheme that they can take advantage of.
To report that, and then follow up with the one from yesterday.
I'll reach out on this one. Okay, so she did the same thing based on an email from the other branch. So she's been to 3 different branches. So she said she just managed to get the check.
Okay.
So she's gonna call and try to verify this. I mean, we see it all the time.
Okay.
I know you need to verify that it's fraudulent.
Right.
So she's gonna do that on that one, and I'm gonna do that on this one.
Okay. How long would that take, do you think?
As soon as I get somebody to answer the phone,
Okay.
We just heard this officer say, hey, how long is this going to take? The officer's asking this not only because they have other things to do, but because they cannot detain this lady forever. Now, he had a really great suggestion early on to say, hey, let's just call the lady who signed the check. The branch manager, Wendy, said, yeah, I'll do that right now. But then it kind of seemed like that option fell to the wayside. If they don't get confirmation of this fraud, then they're going to have to let our little young catsuit lady suspect go. Is she going to escape?
How long would that take, do you think?
As soon as I get somebody to answer the phone,
Okay. Sometime you want to meet her and just find out what's going on, or what do you want to
At the very least, to confirm that identity, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, we've got
But yeah, no, I was on the same page as you. I just wanted to.
This is a very common thing that they do. We see it all the time.
I mean, not that we deal with a lot of financial stuff, but
$100 in an account, and you have to steal the check.
that's what we're kind of confused about.
My name is Wendy. I'm calling from Regions Bank here in Sarasota, Florida. We have a customer actually who has been going to different branches with multiple different checks, trying to cash them. I was wondering, and we actually have the police here because we've kind of had the very similar situation a lot of times, where they put money into the account. They have multiple different checks. They hit up all of our branches trying to cash them, and then they pull the money out of the account and disappear. Is there any way you can help me verify that this is fraud? Because I have the police here, and of course, you have to verify that it's fraud before you share it.
That's Apopka address. She's from Brooksville.
Are those close?
All right, thank you.
Apopka is.
You're going to talk to the branch manager of this bank. So.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, they might need to reach out to that customer and have a phone number,
yeah.
but I don't know that that phone number is not.
Oh, you want me to reach out to the?
You can try that number.
Yeah, just call her.
It's fraudulent too. You know what I mean? That's the customer.
Well, so you're saying the
I'm
full
calling
check
the
is
bank
fake.
first.
I'm saying it might be a real check that was stolen.
Yeah,
That's
no.
what we think. Let me go get my work phone.
Oh yeah, no, I don't think the check is fake. I just think that there's a bunch of stolen checks and they're just going around and try to cash them.
Right.
And what they do is they take the money. Yeah, I agree with you. All right. Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah, that officer had a great idea. Just call the number on the check.
Yes, Regions
Did you want
Bank.
that printout or no?
She's a member there,
Do you
so.
need this stuff?
Do you have an actual phone number for Miss Jones?
You know what? Maybe I should. No.
Okay, thank you. This is a number to the credit union.
What is it?
She's like, somebody from Regions Bank just called us about this woman. I'm like, yeah. Hello?
My assistant who's gone today helped her.
Hi, I'm looking for a Sharon. My name's Officer Miller. I'm with the Sarasota Police Department in Sarasota, Florida.
I need what our corporate security.
Well, the reason I'm calling is because we're at a Regions Bank down here, and there is a young lady who's attempting to cash a check from your bank account with your name on it.
It's hard to confirm that identification, so if we're going to write a warrant, we need to do.
Well, yes. So I guess what I want from you, I understand that you were alerted by your bank back in November to some unusual activity, and you said that you weren't writing these checks. Is that correct?
And yesterday, she looked like this. She didn't look like that to me. I'm honest.
And what we can also do is prompt her to see if maybe the vehicle is ready. I mean, there's
No, I got you. It's a big problem.
there's probably there's definitely three of them. Because obviously you had one car.
Do you know when those checks were stolen from you?
Oh no.
They're probably already in like Naples. Not trying to hit up there. I don't think they're.
Oh, you think they were pulled from the trash? Okay, all right. Okay. But just to be clear, you do not know anyone named Serenity?
Yeah, they pulled the money out.
Well, you could still possibly know a young lady named Serenity.
Can I check?
Well, okay, so, all right, so you don't know her, and you never wrote her a check.
Oh no, Serenity.
Okay.
The walls are closing in.
Let's say that for me.
Sure. Oh no.
Yeah, we're gonna step in here. Hold on 1 second.
Here comes the interrogation.
There, hold on. So, I'm gonna assume you know what's going on. I'm gonna read you your Miranda rights real quick.
It's not mine.
Guys, so many years ago when I started taking poker seriously, I learned a valuable lesson. There is no crying in the casino.
So, I'm gonna assume you know what's going on. I'm gonna read you your Miranda rights real quick.
It's not mine.
Okay, hold on.
What's next?
What's in my purse?
What's in your purse? She's saying it's not hers. She's got money in there?
I'm gonna read you your Miranda warning, okay?
Okay.
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in court of law. You have the right to talk to an attorney and have your right to before during any question. If you cannot afford to contact any representative of the before answering questions you wish. You decide any time to exercise these rights and answer questions or make any statements. You understand these rights to explain it. Having these rights to
You understand these rights? I'm sorry, say it one more time.
Having these rights in mind, do you wish to talk to us?
No. I would like to have like a family member.
Good job, Serenity.
How old are you?
18.
Okay, you're an adult.
I know.
Okay.
I have a sister that works at a correctional facility. I would like to get in contact with her.
Well, here's what's going to happen. You're going to be going to jail today, okay? Regarding what's going on here, if you'd like to talk.
No. Guys, this cannot happen. Listen, we all know Serenity is caught up in something. She's in a bank with a fake check. She's trying to commit a crime. That's fine. Take her to jail. What this officer is now doing, though, is violating her rights. This officer gave her Miranda and then said, "Would you like to speak with us?" This girl clearly said no. After you say no, that's it. These officers cannot continue on. Well, if you'd like to talk with us, if you'd like to continue talking with us, no, that is a violation. Can they say things to you? Yes. They can say, hey, stand up. They can say, turn around. They can say, put your hands behind your back. You're under arrest. These officers can give you commands after you refuse to answer any questions. Also, they can ask booking information. What's your name? What's your date of birth? What's your residence? They can ask you things like that, but what they cannot do is continue on with an explicit or implicit interrogation. These officers have been doing an amazing job thus far, but right here is a clear violation.
Having these rights in mind, do you wish to talk to us?
No.
Having these rights in mind, do you wish to talk to us? No. That's it. That should be it. Just arrest her. As an attorney, I do not like what this officer is saying after this. Just take her to jail.
I would like to have like a family member or something with me.
How old are you?
18.
Okay, you're an adult.
All right, this lady says, I'd like to have a family member with me. Now, she didn't say I want an attorney. Does that matter? No. She already said that she doesn't want to talk to the officers. Asking for a family member is kind of irrelevant, but the no is what counts. And this officer saying, oh, well, you're 18. It doesn't matter. She's invoked her rights. Just take her to jail.
Here's what's going to happen. You're going to be going to jail today, okay? Regarding what's going on here, if you'd like to talk.
But I'm still.
No.
Yes, you're right.
How like what's gonna happen to me?
Well, you're gonna go to jail. You're gonna be booked, and
Like with grown women.
yes, you're an adult.
Okay, what if they beat me up or something?
You'll be protected.
Protected.
Were your friends gonna come back and get you, or were they going?
I don't know what.
See, this cop saying, hey, are your friends going to come back to get you, or what's going on? This is further interrogation. This is all a violation of her rights.
Were your friends gonna come back and get you, or were they going?
I don't know what's happening. I was left.
What is that? Oh, Jesus. Well, do you want to explain to her what she's being charged with?
You're being charged with uttering a forged instrument. So this check right here does not belong to you and was not written to you, correct?
Well, obviously.
Okay, well that's what you're being charged with.
And now
Okay.
I'm gonna be charged for the gun because they put a gun in my purse.
For what? Holy, they did. Yep, they did.
Oh my God, she's got a gun in the bank.
I think I was set up.
You were set up?
I don't know. This is going wrong.
Okay, I'm gonna make a phone call.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yep.
Can we please call somebody for me?
Hey, a bullet just fell down there. You want to grab that for me? Yep.
Serenity.
Okay, so you wanted a lawyer. You didn't want to speak. And so now, we're not asking you any questions. Okay?
Well, what questions are you going to ask me?
I can't ask them because you already determined you did not want to speak to us.
No, I don't want this to happen like this.
Well, this is happening at this point. I can
Okay,
tell
what do you
you
want to
what.
ask me and I'll answer?
So at this point, so I'll tell you.
Please don't talk to me like this. I'm not a bad kid.
Okay. Okay, first of all, you're a young woman now. You're not a kid at all.
Yes, sir, I understand. Please.
We spoke to. No, don't ask questions. Please do. I apologize. This just escalated. Yeah. So, Miss.
Yes, sir.
That young woman.
Yes, sir.
Never heard of you.
Okay.
Never heard of you. Certainly.
Guys, this is wrong. What's going on here is a pressure tactic. Once you invoke your Miranda rights, these officers cannot continue to talk to you about the crime to pressurize you into talking. Saying, oh, well, this is escalated and you did this wrong and you did that wrong. Are you sure you don't want to talk to us? We are a nation of laws and criminals should go to jail and or prison if that's what they deserve. But officers have to do their part as well. This is wrong right here.
That young woman.
Yes, sir.
Never heard of you.
Okay.
Never heard of you. Certainly didn't write you a check.
Okay.
So you're being charged with that.
I understand.
Okay. Do you have a concealed weapons permit?
I do not.
Okay. So now you're being charged with carrying a concealed firearm.
I understand.
Okay. By any chance, are you a convicted felon?
No.
Okay. Well, then you won't be charged with that. Those are the two charges you're looking at.
How long am I start this back? This is crazy. I've never been to jail. I just got out of foster care. Oh my God.
She just got out of foster care.
I get the correctional officer.
This girl was set up. She's a mule.
How many bullets were in it?
It was loaded with one in the clip.
Isn't that like extra years every bullet?
I don't believe so. I don't believe so.
This girl has no idea what's going on. She thinks she gets extra years for every bullet. She's 18 years old, no record, and just got out of foster care. This is terrible.
Uh-oh. This just gets worse and worse.
Oh my God.
Firearm with an altered serial number. Whoa. I'm gonna have to look it up, but I think that's a charge too.
This officer, man.
It's an altered serial number. Possession of a firearm with an altered serial number is a charge also, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it is.
This is textbook coercion. Oh, you're looking at this too? You sure you don't want to talk? This is terrible.
Possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony.
That's what I said.
Oh my.
So you've got CCW firearm.
So you're trying to add charges on?
You're gonna have like 5 felonies.
Why are you trying to make it
5
worse?
felony charges.
Concealed firearm.
Please.
Altered
This is
serial number,
not
I
my
think, is to be.
Please.
Possession of firearm.
This is so bad, guys. This is so bad.
What happened to my sound? Oh, they muted it.